Hi guys, it's Jeezleway and it's on the way. Today we'll be talking about 5 things you need to put into consideration when you're buying that first car. Number one is affordability. Obviously, you need to think about, can I afford to buy this car? I think that's the biggest question when everyone is thinking about what car should I buy and do I have enough money to be able to afford the car? In the UK, there are about 5 ways to which you can buy a car today. One is paying by cash. Obviously, that's outright payment. Before you can pay by cash, you need to think about how much have I got in my account? Can I afford, to buy the car? And if I buy the car, do I still have enough money to do the other things I need to do to keep the car running? The second one is called the PCP. The PCP is a personal contract purchase. The PCP is basically you going into the dealership, get a newer car, put some money down, and then start to pay the depreciation. What you also need to put into consideration when you're doing the PCP is after the term, which is usually between 3 and 4 years, there will be a balloon payment which you have to pay to own the car. Well, not every time you need to pay the balloon payment because once you come to the end of the contract, you can then say, you know what, I'm going to put the car in and get another car, or you can always drop the car back and then walk away. The third option is something called the hire purchase. The hire purchase basically works like a loan. You're going to get the car, you put some money down. Sometimes you probably don't have to put the money down. You spread it over a couple of years, maybe 3, 4, 5 years, and then you pay instrumentally until you pay off the total balance of the car. At the end of the hire purchase, you own the car outrightly. The other option is something called the lease. The lease is basically you going to just pretty much borrow the car and pay on a monthly basis. It works out very cheap, but most of the time you need to put into consideration the lower mileage. Because when they give you the car, they might say you're not able to go past 6,000 or 8,000 miles every year. And obviously, if you go past that mile, you're going to have to incur some additional costs. Now that we've talked about affordability, we can go into the next thing you need to put into consideration. Number two, insurance. This is a very interesting one because a lot of people don't think about this before they go into buying the car. I've had experiences where people come to me and say, you know what, I got this car on PCP, I'm paying £400, for example, monthly, and now I'm having to pay £400 for the insurance as well. These are some of the costs that you might not think about, and obviously, it will cost you more money to maintain the car over a period of time. In the UK, there's something called the insurance band. It goes from 1 to 50, 1 being the cheapest and 50 being the most expensive. When you're looking to buy a car, you need to consider what the engine size is so you can be able to check it against what the insurance band is. And obviously, once you see the car falls into maybe a 30 or 40 or 50 insurance band, you already know it's going to cost you way more to insure. And that helps you to streamline your search in terms of the car that you can actually afford to buy. Number three, vehicle history. Before you buy a car, you want to know what the history of this car is. In the UK and across the world, there's something that is called the HPI, Hire Purchase Investigation. There are websites that you can go to and put the vehicle license number in those websites, and then it's going to give you an history of the mileage, if it's a stolen vehicle, what the tax band is, if it's been an accident, if it's been categorized before. You can get a full knowledge of what you're trying to get into. In some cases, there might be mileage discrepancies. A car must have been written up sometimes and someone has done it up and now it looks all good. The only way that you can find out is to run your HPI check. There are a lot of websites that you can check on. One good one is Car Vertical. What they do is they provide you all the information that you're looking for, and you can base a decision to buy the car based on the results of the search. Number four, running cost. Obviously, this is the interesting one. A lot of people don't think about what the running cost is at the point of purchase. Obviously, there are hidden charges or hidden costs, whilst you keep the ownership of this vehicle. Things you need to think about is, what's the miles per gallon, the MPG? How much petrol do I need to put in this car? If it's an electric vehicle, do I have a charging station in my property? So how much is the cost of repair in terms of, spare parts and some of the things that might get broken or when wear and tear begins to occur? So and you need to be able to understand if the car is going to be on the high side or if it's going to be on the low side. Number 4 or number 5, known issues. Now, when buying cars, there are certain cars that have certain known issues. And what you want to do is you want to do your research, watch YouTube videos. You want to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into. Sometimes, there might be certain engines that are known for misfiring. They might be having issues once they go past a particular mileage. And sometimes it might be something that has to do with the transmission. They might have been recalled at some point in time. So you want to do your research to ensure that the car that you're buying is free from, any known issues, or if it's something that is known, are there fixes for it, and how much is it going to cost you to rectify those problems when they come to play? Now we've spoken about 5 things you need to put into consideration when buying that first car. Number 1, affordability. Number 2, insurance. Number 3, vehicle check. Number 4, the run cost. And number 5, the known issues. If you're looking to buy a car in the UK and you've got any questions, send me a DM and I'm going to be more than happy to respond to you. Again, it's Jeezleway and it's on the way. Catch you next time. Stay blessed.